Sorry, guys. I know I said I was going to be consistent again, and I am screwing that up. I'm screwing that up. I'm here with my co-host today, little Oliver Bean. You see him over there. He's a good boy most of the time, except when he's not being a good boy. I'm feeling good. I did the therapy recently. Holy crap! Congratulations to me. Don't know how I feel about this guy yet, but we'll see. We'll see. He's all right. It's funny because he told me to do cold plunges, and my initial reaction was, "You don't know me or my medical background, and you're just recommending that right off the bat." And then I sat the next day after we had talked in front of the tub that I just filled up with fucking freezing water, and I was trying to. I stood there in front of the tub for 10 minutes, Googling why I shouldn't do it, the heart risks and stuff like that. And I realized halfway through it, I was like, "Oh, you're avoiding the thing you should probably be doing. You should just do this." Because I've done cold plunges before in the morning, and they've absolutely helped me be more positive and ready and aware for the day. And I don't know, my brain just I don't know, man, my brain just doesn't like me sometimes. So it's all about, this week has really definitely been about trying to negate the negative, or do away with at least the negative voices that can sit in your brain all the time. If you're not aware or we're not watching, I am currently working through The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. I may have said Goodman a few times because Julia Goodman is a cool sounding name and no other reason. I've tried to Google it for a few people now and come up with not the person I'm looking for. So anyway, The Artist's Way. I am currently in the second week of my working, which is mostly about identification of those negative thought patterns and what we can do to stop them from being so present. I have not missed, since I started, I have not missed one day of daily pages. Thanks, Chase. You're doing good. Keep doing the thing you're doing. I feel the differences. Shout out to Mark Visser. We've been talking recently. He's a local filmmaker and improv comedian, and he is very, very talented writer. He just sent me this script for a personal project of his that I'm super excited to get working on this weekend. And it's funny because Julia Cameron talks about how as you go through these motions in the book, you'll start to feel worse because you spent so much time being insane that sanity feels foreign and strange to your body. So it's about becoming attuned to those negative thought patterns creeping in and making sure that they don't take over and run rampant. So I don't remember where I was going with that. I'm sorry. I got the man, there's just so much going on in my brain all the time, especially now of late with all the the political shit that's going on. It's just it's highly frustrating to watch a whole group of people actively ignore basic things, basic common sense or research. Trump loves to say that rapists and murderers, God, is that how we're supposed to do this, are coming across the border with the illegal immigrants in record numbers and rampant numbers. And I go and look at the numbers for what ICE is, their interactions on a yearly quarter, what they're who they're interacting with, and it's a lot of illegal immigrants as a charge. Though there's in the thousands, and that's crazy. That's a lot of people. Or drunk driving, that's also in the thousands. It's a lot of those. A lot of drunk drivers. things that you could get in trouble for, or that I could get in trouble for. It's something that's being calculated. And then I go to like sexual crimes and murder, and those are barely above the hundreds, like not even out of the hundreds in some cases. And I'm talking about how many interactions they're having in a year. And it's just such a blatant lie. And I see I don't know, man. The rage bait is just insane lately coming from them. And they said they'd do this. They said they'd flood the market with misinformation. And they have done that. They have absolutely done that. And then I find out, it's also just moral grounds that I stand on differently. Like I am opposed to the genocide of the Palestinians, which is crazy that's an inflammatory thing to say. That I'm against the wiping out of a nation. Weird. That makes me a red commie, apparently. Yeah, weird to see. Because again, I don't know if I talked about this in the last one, but I'm a former Republican, former hard right winger for sure. I believe in gun control, all that, less gun. I believed in less gun control and all that stuff, and one of the big things that I still hold on to as far as my core values was that, and that was taught to me by fellow right wingers who are now current Trump supporters, MAGA guys, that to do your research and to pay attention to the truth when it comes out, and to not go with .com research points, and to not take reporters' opinions as fact. You go to .gov or you go to .org and you look for the actual specific information that's put out by the people they're talking about. I don't know where we diverted so hard that, and God, I should say, like, I don't have a political degree. I have nothing to offer you guys except my opinion and what my eyes are seeing and why I feel the way I feel now. Because, like, I don't know, man. I felt like when I was 17, things were a lot different. Like, my right-wing friends were all, the ones who were teaching me to stay focused on the truth and do my research. And when I do my research, the way they taught me to do it, all I come up with is the lies and the propaganda, like that on their side that is touted to them, that they show to me as proof of what I'm saying is wrong. So again, I may not have, I don't know, I don't have any scholarly background to offer you guys as far as like what I know, or I just know what I know because of what people talk to me about or what they send me, and that's all I can do. I feel like as a citizen, for real. I'll admit, I'll be totally honest with you guys. I registered to vote today for the first time in my adult life. I registered to vote today because for the longest time, my belief has been my vote doesn't count. It doesn't matter. And I am seeing the effects of what that belief has led to. I have actively participated in the non-participant. I don't know. I feel like as a non-voter, I have given this country to fascism, and that makes me angry beyond all belief. So this whole year has just been about getting to my higher self so that I am in a better space, so that I can communicate with you better what I am seeing, because apparently a lot of people aren't paying attention to the truth anymore, or not. And apparently the truth is all hearsay at this point now too. So I won't even say the truth. What I'll say is, I don't know what to call it. What feels morally correct at this point in my head, it baffles me how many veterans are actively on board with this level of white nationalism. And I know that's inflammatory to say, and that it's adding to a flame that has existed towards the right for years and years. But guys, again, I'm a former right winger. I remember what we were talking about when Obama was getting elected. I remember how we called him a Nazi for doing whatever salute he was doing when he was waving for real. I remember the shit we threw too. We both have been yelling at each other that we're Nazis. It's just one side is actually financially supporting white nationalism. Again, when you do the research and you watch what's happening, I don't know, man. I felt at the time when I was hanging out with my right-wing friends, we were in the morally correct higher ground. And the longer they yelled about more things, the less and less it made sense. And then one day I woke up and I go to a barbecue and there's Trump propaganda everywhere, and I realized that I am lost. Like these are no longer people that I connect with or that I recognize as like friends, which sucks, because I knew them for so long and they shaped me into what I am today. Helped shape me. I don't know what we're supposed to do when disinformation is taken as truth. I don't know what to do or how to argue or how to have a conversation with someone who knows they're right. I don't know I'm right. That's why I have these conversations. That's why I like to read and learn from other people, because I feel so lost. And I feel like people on the right feel lost too. It's just that Christian mentality of, I know I have the right answer, and because of that, everybody else's answer is wrong. I've been trying to think of like what the one fact is, because there's got to be one, right, that keeps all these Trumpers in this bubble of disbelief of everything else outside. There's got to be one thing, and I can't put my finger on it what it is, but I would argue it might just be that it is the bred in religious mentality of, I have the one answer above all others. And then that bleeding into their politics. Again, this is all philosophical. This is purely for entertainment purposes. I'm not trying to incite rage or violence or upset in anybody. I'm trying to relay what I'm seeing is happening, because like I can shit on the Democrats too. I said I registered to vote. I registered as unaffiliated because I don't trust either side, and then I get shat on for not trusting either side. But when I look at the immigration standards, they go back past when Trump was in charge. So it's not just a right-wing Trump thing, and Trump is the worst of them. Don't get me wrong. I'm very upset at everything he says and what he's doing and how he's going about it. But the immigration thing, the Democrats love to not talk about. They love to cry about how racist it is and how upsetting it is and how they're tearing families apart. But then they do nothing to stop the way that we're doing it. So it's a systematic issue, guys. This is like, I'm if there's any goal from this particular video and possibly the videos going forward, it's to pull us together, because this is ridiculous. We're all on the same friggin' side here. It baffles me consistently how the other side, the anti-Trumpers, because I don't consider myself a Democrat. I consider myself anti-Trump administration. Everything that administration stands for, I am against. It baffles me that the opposition of that mentality is, we believe so hard that no matter what information comes out about what he's actually doing, including the taxation stuff, like, which is crazy to me that's come out, and that all these Trump voters are like, and I know so many of them who are like, oh, I'm part of the poor class. We got to take down the rich fat cats. And then we see him put out all of these tax cuts for the people above. I don't remember. Again, this is entertainment purposes only. I'm not stating any facts here, but from my memory, Anybody above $400,000 a year, they get a tax cut. Anybody below that, regular tax increase like we've always seen. How is that not blatantly clear to you that this guy is not on our side, the people's side? Where did we get so lost? How did we get so disconnected here, guys? I know I sound upset. It's because I am. But I don't know. I'm just trying to articulate these thoughts and feelings. Everything that I watch around me just like doesn't make sense to me. And again, it doesn't make sense to me because of who taught me the things that I know and the tools that I have. Like, I wouldn't question so many things if it wasn't for those people who I grew up with. I just had a conversation with my mom today. She was like, as a kid, I thought you were kind of a conspiracy theorist. It's kind of scary to watch all the things that you put forward that might be happening playing out in real time. Again, the only reason I had these abilities was because I had right-wing friends who taught me to question everything. And at the time, it felt like liberals weren't looking around and watching things either. Again, going back to the Obama administration, it was something he loved to be loud about immigration, how upsetting it is. But he also said stuff like these are illegal immigrants, they're all criminals, and we're going to get them all out of here. It is so blatantly clear to me how it is us versus them. Me and my mom also talked about how Trump has just been in office for the past 10 years, really. And the biggest evidence that was clear to me of that was when Biden decided to pardon those few handfuls of upper class January 6ers right before he walked out of office. Why'd he do that? Maybe that sounds conspiracy theorist of me to ask that question, but why did he do that? And then right when we started hearing about it, Trump started texting and calling all the news sources going, wow, yeah, that guy's a criminal. He's in line with criminals. He's letting criminals go. How dare he do that to the police department? And then literally 5 days later, pardoned the rest of them. Or a large majority of them. I don't know how many. Again, like, don't take my words for fact. This is what I'm seeing, and I'm relaying it back to you in my vision. But you go back and you do the research and the receipts are there, and it just sucks because I want to be wrong. I want to be so wrong about the direction we're going because like it feels like we are spiraling towards the end, and I don't want it to end. Obviously, I'm working hard on trying to create a future for myself, doing the things I enjoy, but I'm watching so many people actively delight in the destruction of our beautiful country. I love it here. I still love the United States of America. And maybe, again, for my left-wing friends or even my right-wing friends, that's a controversial statement to say. But I this place gave me a home when I had absolutely nothing. I'm an adopted kid. And I imagine that's how a lot of you feel. Immigrants or otherwise. This place gave me a home when I had nothing. And now I have something. And now this administration we see is trying to take away so many different things from us that we have worked so hard for. Collectively on both sides. And it makes no sense to me why so many people are just okay with its upheaval. Anyway, again, entertainment purposes, just thoughts, not actual opinions. Look at him all conked out over there. He's totally... Are you a calm boy? Yeah, you are. He's a good boy. I love that cat. This one's gone on a little longer than the others. It's because I've been ranting. I apologize. I do want to say before we get out of here, I am doing much better. I am feeling much more in tune with who I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be writing about, what I am supposed to be thinking about, how I'm supposed to be spending my time. Yeah, I feel like I am in line with how I am supposed to be doing things now. if you want to see more political stuff from me, let me know. I'll keep talking about stuff like this in possibly a separate channel, or maybe we'll just do a different series or something. But yeah, I want to I just want us to come together, man. Like, because it's really us versus the elites. It always has been. It always will be. So if it wasn't so blatant, maybe I would be doing something else, but I see too many, my pattern recognition goes crazy. I see too many things connecting that I don't want to connect. Leave it on a positive note. Okay. Super excited to work with Mark. Shout out Mark Visser. Thank you so much for subscribing. Also for getting me on to work with this next film. I'm very, very excited to see what we make. If you want to come see me, I know this it's super late notice. I'm so sorry. Tomorrow, Thursday, at the Comedy Fort, Fort Collins, I will be doing some stand-up comedy with the incredible Andrew Orvidal. He is a local comedian, very funny. I think I've done a show or two with him. Yeah, great guy. I'm sure it's going to be a good time. Get your tickets at fortcollinscomedy.com. No, so comedyfortcollins.com. Yeah, comedyfortcollins.com. Sorry, I'll put a little blurb right here at the bottom or something so that you guys can get tickets and stuff. But again, I'm sorry for the short notice. These shows come out a little bit late, and I am no longer. I need to be more on. That's my fault. I'll be more in tune with when they are posting things and stuff like that for future shows and things like that. But yeah, leave a comment below, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this particular video on my political opinion. That's basically what happened. Again, I'm sorry if that's not what you came for. It's just what was on the brain today. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay light, stay present. We're going to be okay. Believe in the things that you love, and get The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Even if you're not an artist, and if you had dreams of being an artist at any point, even if you didn't, this is a great book for your psyche to get your thoughts out on some paper and really, try and do some personal growth. All right, that's it. I'll leave you guys alone. Have a good day. Bye.